I heard a lot of crying about the Tush Push on TV. Alpha Rob, you did hear a lot of crying about the Tush Push on the TV. You heard a lot of crying about the Tush Push on the TV. Because here is the thing. The Philadelphia Eagles are always cheating on the Tush Push. You know those moments called false start? That penalty called false start? Yeah, they did that. Offsides? Yeah, they did that. They even had illegal hits and punches to the head. Yeah, they did that. There's a reel going around right now on my Facebook page that I posted that they're offsides. They're false starting. They're punching Chris Jones in the face. And Philly got away with it time and time again on Sunday. We're going to go deep on this, and I want you guys to decide if it's legit or if it's just trash talk, right? First off, if you don't know what the Tush Push is, guys, it is a designed short yardage quarterback sneak by the Eagles. Often used in 4th and short, 3rd and short goal lines type situations. It depends on timing, a coordinated snap, alignment, push from behind, surge at the line. If something is just a little bit off, a false start, which the Eagles did 3 times, being offside, what the Eagles did 3 times, misalignment, what they did 3 times, it can make or break the penalized the play. Why are people watching this? Because when the games are tight, as many of the Eagles games are, those are a matter of inches, matter of yards, matter of one play or another that decides the Philadelphia Eagles play. If the Phillies get an extra inch by shrinking the rules, people notice, especially on big plays like Sunday night. Guys, here are what many people, and me included, are pointing to of how the Philadelphia Eagles are cheating this particular Tush Push play. False start. Guys, head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/man-hour NFL talk. You will show a reel. The right tackle or the right guard, I'm not for sure who it is, they jump well before the snap goes. Well before, half a second nearly. That's called a false start. That is a 5-yard penalty. That pushes the ball back. No more 3rd and short. No more 4th and short. Now we're 3rd and 5, 4th and 5. No Tush Push now, baby. No push now. How about this offsides? Guys, offsides for the offense is when a lineman or receiver's head crosses the waist of the center, right? So the center's hand is on the ball. Their head has to be behind the ball, okay? When you look at the linemen, their heads have to cross the center's waist. They can't go to the ball. They have to be on the center's waist. There's a picture over on our Facebook page. Actually, let's see if I can bring, I'm not going to be able to bring it up in my, excuse me, that there are literally 3 or 4 people cross the center's face. You can't even see the ball because it's like between the center and his legs. So literally all they got to do is just fall forward, bada bing, bada boom, there they go. Guys, there are 3 examples just alone versus the Kansas City Chiefs, how the Eagles cheat this play time and time again. Now, don't get it twisted. 2-3 years ago, when they were dominating this play, it was happening then too. Yes, Jason Kelce, little primetime boy, he was cheating too. He even said it himself. He would pick the ball up and move it up 3 or 4 inches. He said it. Guys, the real deal is that the Eagles are cheating every time they do the Tush Push. There's always a false start. There's always an offsides. And you know what? You call those. You call those. That push is being stopped every single time. Every single time it is being stopped. George Lucas says, KC, put up or shut up. You cannot put up against consistent cheating time and time again. Every time you run the Tush Push, you are cheating. That's why no team in the NFL can stop it. And that's why no other team in the NFL can run it, because they're playing by the rules. Eagles are full cheaters, baby. They're full cheaters. Old Man River says, and the encroachment on defense. No, Old Man River. The only reason why it looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are offsides because the Philadelphia Eagles are legitimately offsides. The Chiefs are lined up where they're supposed to be. They're lined up where they're supposed to be, and the Eagles want to push that button, push the line. They want to draw the line in the sand, erase it, and then redraw it, draw it again, and now the Chiefs are offsides? Get out of here. Willie Beeman says the Eagles own the Chiefs. No. The Eagles own the referees' pocketbooks. That's what it comes down to. The Eagles have been paying the refs for how long now? For the last 3 seasons on this tush push BS. And it is what it is. And Willie Beeman, you are correct. The Eagles did dominate the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs were tired. They didn't really want to be there. You saw it when they walked out. They're like, shit, here we go again, right? But yeah, it is what it is. But stop living in the past. Willie Beeman must be a Raiders fan because they're still living on Christmas Day 3 years ago. Hey, the Raiders beat the Chiefs Christmas Day 3 years ago. That's all you guys got? Jeffrey Mills says it's all about the trash talk. It's not trash talk. The Eagles are cheaters, baby. They are cheaters. You guys can call the Kansas City Chiefs cheaters all you want. Oh, the Chiefs cheated this, the Chiefs cheated that. The Chiefs don't line up off sides. The Chiefs don't false start. The Chiefs don't consistently push the envelope on a play that should be banned because they can't even run it right. Come on, man. Busy said the Chiefs were offsides too several times. Jones even punched the balls go both ways. The Chiefs were not lined up offsides. It appears they're offsides because the Eagles are over the ball. The Eagles are in the neutral zone, a.k.a. offsides. That's why it appears the Kansas City Chiefs are offsides. And yes, Chris Jones, it actually wasn't Chris Jones. It was Chanel, I think. Yes, he did try to punch the ball. Where in the rules does it say you cannot punch the ball? I'll wait. Look it up. Because you can punch the ball. It literally happens on every single tackle. They're out there trying to peanut Tillman punch it, right? The peanut punch or whatever the hell they're calling it. Eagles are cheaters. Philly 49 says, so glad you're crying over the quarterback sneak. Only losers say that when their team can't beating and now the cheaters. Classic losers. Okay, so this is calling the kettle black. The pot calling the kettle black, right? Weren't the Philly fans crying about a holding call? Weren't the Philly fans crying about a holding call in the Super Bowl? That was a legit holding call. And Bradsbury says, yeah, it was a holding call. I did it. How long did you guys cry about that? How long did y'all cry about that? Because it was a pretty long time. Matter of fact, you're still crying about it now. Willie Beeman says 0-2. My glasses just broke. 0-2. Yeah, they are 0-2. Congratulations. How about this, Willie Beeman? Last time the Eagles went undefeated to start the season. What was it, 11-0? 10-0? Didn't you guys lose the last 5 of the last 6 of the games of the season and got beat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first round of the playoffs? Kansas City Chiefs had never done that. Philadelphia Eagles had. Matter of fact, I think it was the year after they went to the Super Bowl II, right? Oh, my glasses broke again. I need to fix those things. So, I'm not saying history repeats itself, but history repeats itself. Eagles are one and done. Busy says, people are just mad the Eagles perfected it like no other teams can do it. The Eagles have perfected it because they learned how to cheat and get away with it. That's what it comes down to. That is what it comes down to. They've learned how to cheat and get away with it. 3 losses in a row. Congratulations. One of those losses was in the Super Bowl. How many other teams can say that? To arguably one of the best teams last season, right? Eagles, glasses are fucked up. But yeah, the Eagles were the best team last season. No question about it. There's no hate there. Bro said cheating. They are cheating. How are the Eagles not cheating? False start, offsides, every time they run the tush push. That's a definition of cheating. Show me anywhere where the Chiefs cheat. Besides you saying, oh, the Chiefs cheat. Show me. This is hate. This is not hate. This is realism. This is the fact that the Eagles cannot see the fact that they're false starting, offsides, and cheating every time they run the stupid ass tush push. Tush push. Alpha Rob says to keep the Eagles out of the tush push is to get up on them. No, how do you keep the Eagles out of the tush push is not letting them get in third and short and fourth and short. That's how you keep them out of the tush push. And obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs could not do that on Sunday. Busy said there's been plenty of times the Eagles fumbled it and never made it. This is hatred straight up. This is not hatred. How is this hatred? You know what? Let me take some time. Let me pop a share screen here. Let's go. We're going to go to share screen. Where's it at? Window capture. Bada bing, bada boom. Window capture. We're going to select Facebook. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, guys. So here, let me go ahead and remove the overlay. We are going to go to our Facebook page. Bada bing, bada boom. We're live right now, right? We're live, raw, and uncut. So right here's the picture. Where's the ball? About the 5 right there underneath Jurgens' name. Can you guys see my mouse? Can you see that? You can't even see the ball because Jurgens is over it. 1, 2, 3, 4 people off sides for the Philadelphia Eagles. 4 people off sides. I see one Kansas City Chief potentially close, Chris Jones, but that's just because Jurgens is over the ball. Chris Jones is behind the ball. If this was the Kansas City Chiefs, y'all would be crying. Oh, and this is a beautiful screenshot of it. Look, Jurgens' head over the football. Chris Jones' head is not over the football. And moving before the snap, y'all understand that defense can move for the snap of the play, right? I'm just saying. Oh, and their heads have to be behind the center's waist there. 1, 2, 3 people at least off sides. Bada bing, bada boom, okay. Scroll back down. We keep scrolling. As you guys see, we're pretty active on the Facebook page. Go over there and join it. All right, so now, here is the reel. Where is the reel at? Here we go. Boom. False start? Nope, not if you're an Eagles. Right? Boom. Right guard, right tackle. I'm not for sure who it was. Clearly went well before the snap. The Kansas City Chiefs were all calling it. Chris Jones got hit in the back of the head. Right? Andy Reid's like, bro, you guys going to call that? All right, here, let's go into slow-mo. There we go. Offsides. Boom. False start. So come on now. So all you haters out there, come on. The Eagles cheated, and you guys know it. Bro, be mad. Bro's not mad. I don't get mad. I just want you to play the game fair. You call the Kansas City Chiefs cheaters not every other day. But yet here is evidence of the Eagles cheating 3 times in the Kansas City Chiefs game alone on the one play called the Tush Push. Sorry, the brotherly shove. Right? But hey, you don't want to call that. Chris Jones did hit it on the snap. Chris Jones wasn't offsides. Matter of fact, I think Chris Jones got blown back 3 or 4 yards on that on that play. Chris Jones always stands up. Every time the Eagles run the Tush Push, watch Chris Jones. He gets shoved back every time. He's terrible at the Tush Push. Take his ass out. Alpha Rob says, do you think the refs are going to be looking for that now? Probably not. Because honestly, it does happen so fast. The reason why we can see that, super slow-mo. Yes, by the naked eye, you did see that right side go a little bit more, but you can't see the ball because the center's over it. Yes, you want to throw the flag, but you're like, oh, really? I don't know. Oh, remember it says Jones is in the neutral zone. No, he's not. Chris Jones is not in the neutral zone. It looks to be that way because the Eagles are in the neutral zone. Busy says, get over it. You're the one crying, my boy. Man, why my glasses breaking today? That sucks. I'm not crying. You know what? If this was the other way around, the Kansas City Chiefs lined up in the neutral zone, false start, the internet would be on fire. The Chiefs are cheaters. But the fact that the shoe is on the other foot, bro, stop crying. Bro, stop crying. You guys are crying. Nah. See, you guys don't get to have your cake and eat it too. When the Eagles blatantly cheat and get called out on it, and you know you cheated, you're the one crying, bro. Goals begin says I'm a basement dweller. Not my basement. We don't have basements in Indiana. What is this guy talking about? Jeez. Will Olsen said the Chiefs defense played damn good yesterday, even against the tush push. The Chiefs defense kept him in the game 100%. When Saquon Barkley has 22 rushes for 88 yards and Jalen Hurts only has 101 yards passing, yes, the Chiefs defense played great. I'm not for sure how you can say they played well against the tush push when they were successful 3 out of 3 times, if not 4 out of 4 times, if I'm not mistaken. I think they got it every time they did it. No, I take that back. The one time they didn't get it, it was 3rd and like 2 maybe. Push it into the end zone. They called it short. Looked to be a touchdown to me, but that whole eagle eye BS crap, whatever they said is short, they end up doing it. They end up doing it again. So I call that a success 2 times there. But it is what it is. Khalid says, fly, Eagles, fly. False start doesn't put an outcome on the game. The picks and missed throws did. No. Pause. As the interception did swing the momentum back in the Eagles' way 100%. And I thought the guy was gone. Credit to the Chiefs offense of lineman 71. I don't know who that is. Is that Josh Simmons? Chasing his ass down. I thought that rookie was long gone. Credit to him. What cost the Kansas City Chiefs the game was the drop pass on the Travis Kelce out route. It was 20-13, I think. The Kansas City Chiefs were driving, needed a first down. Travis Kelce dropped it on the 50 or 40-yard line or so. That's ultimately what cost the Kansas City Chiefs the game, not the interception. Dark Brown says, bro, number 74 lines up in parking slot every offensive play. So I believe you're talking about Juan Taylor on the Kansas City Chiefs left tackle. You're telling me he leaves early every play? No, he times the snap perfectly. Now go back and watch every other NFL left tackle in the entire NFL. They're doing the same thing. So don't be singling the Kansas City Chiefs guy out when every other left tackle in the entire NFL does the same thing. The only reason why you guys noticed that is because I believe it was Chris Sims or somebody pointed it out last season. That's the only reason why you guys are talking about it. Let's just be honest about it. All member says no. They're talking about Travis Kelce saying yes. I don't know. What are you even talking about? Trying to talk shit. Can't even talk shit right. But you are a pigskin pundit.
Pigskin pundit. Get you some.
How about the drop from Kelce? Yes, that was game changing. No, that was definitely momentum changing, because was it 2013 or 2010 at that point? I cannot remember for sure. I think it was 2013. The Kansas City Chiefs scored that touchdown. They go up. Whole new ball game, right? Whole new ball game. And like Will Olsen said, the Kansas City Chiefs defense was playing lights out at that particular point. You are 100% correct. But yes, that was a big momentum changing. Khalid says, oh man, keep crying. I love it, actually. Go Birds. I'm not crying. I just want you guys to understand that every time you call the Kansas City Chiefs cheaters and all this other stuff, yada, 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 when the shoe is on their foot, bro's crying. But yet, when the Kansas City Chiefs fans are like, what? Come on, you can't have it both ways. Alpha Rob says that Mahomes' overthrow was a big and could have saved a minute. The first overthrow to number 80 when he was wide open, yes. That could have changed the game as well. But they did connect the very next play, wasn't it, on the same play. Eagles are 2-0. Last time the Eagles went 2-0, they actually went 11-0 and finished the season 12-5 with the first round exit. One and done to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, hey, keep pounding that chest about 2-0. Dark Brown says every TP at the goal line, the Chiefs were in the neutral zone every time there was no call. That once again, Dark Brown, they were not in the neutral zone. It appears to be that way because the Eagles are pushing the limit. The center is over the ball. Everybody else is scooted up. So it appears that they are in the neutral zone. Yes, you are correct. If you look at the picture, it appears that Chris Jones and I believe it's Chanel are both in the neutral zone, especially the one that I just showed here, right? It appears that they're in the neutral zone, right? But if you look at the ball, they're not. Jurgens is over the ball. Da-da-da-dum. Jeffrey Mills says, you don't like it? Tell your team to stop it. Otherwise, you won't sing along. No one likes us. We don't care. So, Jeffrey, as you are correct, if you don't like it, stop it. That's been the Eagles' MO for the, 3 or 4 years now, right? If you don't like it, stop it. The problem is teams cannot stop it, right? And the more we watch it, the more we learn about it, the more we see still shots of it. Now we know why they can't stop it. Jason Kelsey said it best himself. Word for word, he says, I used to pick the ball up and move it up as far as I could before the rest would say something. Cheating. Cam Jurgens, over the ball, head over the ball, shoulder pads over the ball. That's cheating. That's cheating. Mike says 13-10 at that point. They were up 20-10. Okay. I'm sorry. You are right. That is with the Travis Kelsey drop pass in the end zone to the rookie interception. So yeah, that would have put him up 17-13. I thought the Eagles scored before that, but you are correct. Alex says the tush push cannot be banned. Are you sure you guys want the Eagles fans to have bragging rights to say they're that good that the NFL had to bring us down to everyone's level? I'm not saying ban the tush push. I think the tush push is a very effective play. It's effective because they're cheating at it, but if it was even on both sides, when I say even, if the defensive players can push defensive players. So what I want out of the tush push, right? If offensive players can push offensive players, defensive players should be able to push defense of players. Make it a fair advantage. Make it so the offense doesn't line up off sides. You don't want the defense off sides. Make sure the offense isn't off sides. Make it a fair advantage. True imano, right? Jeffrey says, good show, bro. Go Birds. Listen, I like the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't hate the Eagles. It may sound like I'm Eagles hater, but I am a Chiefs fan. There's no secret about it. I am a Chiefs fan. And I do wish good vibes for the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, they are a top team in the NFL. There is no shade about it. They are a top team in the NFL. But with that being said, guys, when you play one of the